After all the Halloween fun, it's time to prep for your fall dinner parties. What better way to decorate than using pumpkins and even flowers for a final touch? Evette shows us how it's done.
Dramatic and dimensional, this pumpkin is made entirely out of fresh flowers, and it'll add an unexpected flair to your tabletop. So to create your flower pumpkin, you need to start with some floral foam. So I've got 2 pieces here, and I'm gonna actually carve this into a pumpkin shape. So when I stick my flowers in, it's a perfect pumpkin shape. So what you need is, you need a bowl like this, just any kind of bowl. And I'm just gonna press down on it, like that, and just use a knife to kind of cut around it. Oh, you need to make sure that you're using a serrated knife, because that'll cut through the foam nice and smoothly. And then I'm just going to cut down. And these first cuts, you don't have to be too perfect, because you're just going to carve all this stuff off anyway. Start yourself with a circular shape. So I got that off, got that. And now I'm just going to move my floral foam onto some newspaper, because it's going to make a little bit of a mess, and I want to make sure I can just kind of ball up the newspaper and throw the mess away with my foam. So then I'm just going to kind of take this and sort of carve away to start to get my pumpkin shape. Makes a really neat sound. You're just basically going to carve it like this to try to get as much of a pumpkin shape as possible. Then when you've got it carved, you're going to use some rubber bands, and you're just going to rubber band it together. I've got one here that's already carved and rubber banded, and this you're going to make sure that you soak really, really well. So one of the tricks with floral foam to make sure that it's nice and well soaked is you just put it in water, and rather than like pushing it down to the bottom, you're just going to let it soak itself. Okay, so it's all soaked up, plenty of water in there. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some flowers. I'm using marigolds. You could use mums, then maybe you'd be making a mumpkin perhaps, but you're gonna take some scissors and you're just gonna cut these down like this. I would cut it at an angle so you've got a nice sharp edge to stick into your foam, and just start sticking it in there. I wouldn't cut them too short to start with. Just kind of keep them longer, because you can always shorten it, whereas if you cut it too short to begin with, you're kind of in trouble. So I'm just going to start sticking them like that. And again, you just cut it at an angle and then stick it. Here's one that I've got completely covered with flowers. So for the finishing touch, to give it a real pumpkin look, you can stick a stem of a pumpkin, maybe one you might have around the house that may have broken off, and you can just stick it right in there. And then here I've got some leaves, and I'm just gonna kind of open up here and just stick in my hole and put my... And there you go. That is one fun floral and seasonal centerpiece.